So we're going to begin by building the foundation for a yoga practice with some breathing exercises. So Anna, if you just sit nice and tall, you're going to find your sit bones. You can sit on the floor here in a comfortable position. If it's not comfortable flat on the floor, you can always put a pillow or a neatly folded blanket underneath you. Or if you need to, you can sit in a chair with your feet planted flat on the floor. But either way, wherever you're seated, make sure that your spine is lifted nice and tall and that your chest is lifted, your shoulders are relaxed. And then you can just close your eyes and start to listen to your breathing. Feel yourself breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to keep the lips sealed because with yoga we use nostril breathing, nasal breathing, so that it calms the mind, which in turn relaxes the body. So for this particular breathing exercise, it's called three-part breathing, and we're going to breathe into the lower belly, upper belly, and chest. So in the beginning, just getting your breathing nice and fluid, becoming accustomed to breathing in and out through the nose only. Then once you exhale again, for your next inhale, I want you to place your right hand on your lower belly, all the way down at the bottom so you can feel your pubic bone with your pinky finger. And then you're going to breathe into your lower belly so strongly that it pushes that hand out. Then you'll breathe into the upper belly and then into the chest, and then the exhale just happens naturally. So you breathe into the lower belly, the upper belly, the chest, and exhale it out. As you become more accustomed to this, try to slow the breathing down, make it slower and slower and deeper and deeper. But it takes a little practice, so be patient with yourself. And please continue to do this breathing for as many cycles as you need to, but try always to do at least 5. Inhaling through the nose, into the lower belly, into the upper belly, into the chest, and then exhaling. Beautiful. Now we're going to begin to warm up the neck just a little bit. So thinking of the neck as the delicate bridge between your brain and the rest of the body, it's important to pay attention to, and particularly when you're doing a lot of studying, you're working on the computer, things like that, the neck and the shoulders get very tense and tight. So continuing with that foundation that we did when we did the breathing exercise, you're going to continue to breathe deeply in and out through the nose, and then moving in synchronization with the breath. You can have the eyes closed if you wish, or you can open them if you prefer. So as you inhale, you're going to look up. So on the next inhale, looking up, lift the face up as high as you comfortably can, keeping the shoulders relaxed so you don't crunch the back of the neck. As you exhale, drop your chin down to your chest. Good. Now inhaling, lift your face up towards the sky. And as you exhale, drop your chin gently down towards your chest. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift the face up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. And now we're going to inhale and look up to your right. So moving on a diagonal. And then as you exhale, look down to your left. Inhale, look up to your right. Exhale, look down. Good. And now reverse the direction. Inhale up to the other side. And exhale down the opposite direction. Inhaling, look up. Exhale, look down. And now just simply bringing your chin to the chest right in the center. Drop the chin down as you exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in there. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck and slowly move your right ear over towards your right shoulder. And then bringing your head forward, dropping your chin down to your chest, moving your left ear all the way over to the left shoulder. And then bringing your chin down to your chest. Repeat that as many times as you like, releasing the tension in the sides of the neck and the tops of the shoulders, keeping the breath slow and deep. And when you feel done, bring your chin back to the center of your chest. And as you inhale, just lift the head back up to the center. Very nice. Now, we're going to do a little eye exercises. Sometimes the eyes become very tense, very tired, particularly when we're looking at computer screens, phone screens, things like that, or when we're studying, even looking at a book for a long time, the eyes become very fatigued. So these next exercises are going to be similar to what you did with your neck, except you're only going to do them with your eyes. So we're going to go up, down, side to side, and on the diagonal. So just sitting straight and tall, looking forward. On your inhale, look up as high as your eyes can go without moving your head at all. And as you exhale, look down as far as you can without moving the head at all. Inhale, eyes look up. Exhale, eyes look down. Inhaling once more, eyes look up. Exhaling once again, the eyes are going to look down. Now as you inhale, let your eyes look to your right. And as you exhale, let your eyes look to your left. Inhale, eyes look to your right. Exhale, eyes look to your left. Now on a diagonal, eyes are going to look up to the right, way up here, and then you're going to exhale, the eyes are going to look way down to your left. Inhale, eyes look up to your right. Exhale, eyes look down to your left. Inhaling, eyes look up to your right. Exhale, eyes look down to your left. Now we're going to reverse. Inhale, eyes are going to look way up over to your left, and then exhale, way down to the right. Inhaling, look way up to your left. Exhale, look way down to your right. Inhale, way up to your left. Exhale, way down to your right. Close the eyes. Rub your palms together briskly. You want to create as much heat as you can. Breathe deeply. That's also going to help create heat in the body. And then you're going to place this heel of your hand, the palm, the fleshy part of your palm, right over your eyes. This is called palming the eyes. This is one of the nicest ways to let your eyes really, really relax, because they relax from the warmth of the hands. It's almost like a massage. And because they are in total darkness, which is the only time your eyes really, truly, totally relax. Hold that as long as you like, and then releasing the hands back down again. Beautiful. So now we're going to lie on your back. And we're going to do a little work for the abdominals, because very often, particularly when we're doing sedentary things like sitting and studying, sitting in classes, things like that, the abdominals get weak, the back tends to. So this one is going to be a very simple way to strengthen your abdominals. So the knees are bent, and we're going to just lift the legs up so that your shins are parallel to the ceiling, like so. We're going to take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, you're going to lift your head up towards your chest. Lift the head up. Good. And once you've done that, now take the legs away from you. Straighten the legs as much as you can. You can lower them towards the floor, but only go as far as you can and still use the abdominals. If you find that you're using your back, bring it back in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then release back to the original position with the legs right like so. Very good. And you're going to repeat this as many times as you feel that you need. Okay, you can place your legs down. Good. Now we'll flip over on the belly. And we're going to stretch out those abdominal muscles that we just worked. So we're going to do a little cobra pose. So lying on your belly, you can bring your chin down to the floor or your forehead if that's more comfortable. Bring your feet and legs together so that your big toes are touching. Good. Now we're going to concentrate on protecting the lower back in cobra, not compressing the lower spine. So think of moving your tailbone down towards your pubic bone. You'll feel the pubic bone press a little more firmly into the floor. Can you do that for me? Yes. You see that movement in her spine? So that's going to be something you want to keep for the duration of this back bend and any other back bend you ever do. Now you're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Your hands are going to be right under your shoulders. We're going to bring the hands back a little bit so the tip of the middle finger is in line with the top of the shoulder. The elbows are looking up and squeeze right in towards the body, kind of like lizard arms. Now on your inhale, lift your head and then begin to lift your chest. Come as high as you comfortably can without compromising the lower spine. So keep the tailbone moving towards the pubic bone, and try if you can to keep the feet and legs together like a snake's tail. And then just breathe there, looking up as high as you can. Eventually with time you may come higher up. You might be lower than this. You might already be higher than this. Just take it where it is comfortable for you, where you're not compressing your back, and feel that nice opening. Breathing deeply as you did in the breathing exercises in the first class. And opening the chest, opening the shoulders, releasing that from that hunched over the computer position that we get. And when you're ready, just release it back down on an exhale. So you could do it once and hold it as long as you like, or you can do it short amount of time, lower back down, and then lift back up again until you feel nice and open across the chest. And that's also going to strengthen the muscles of your back a little bit. Very nice. From here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So we're going to curl the toes under. If you are not accustomed to a yoga practice, then you may want to come from this position onto your hands and knees. If you're a little stronger, you can come from here straight into downward facing dog. So Anna, I'm going to ask you to just come to your hands and knees for me. Yep. You can just leave the knees where they were rather than bringing them in, because we want them back a little bit, because that's actually the proper position. Yes, Good. Now curl the toes under. You're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push your buttocks back towards your heels, start to stretch the arms out, and then begin to lift the knees up into a downward facing dog. So you're kind of like a big triangle for those of you who aren't accustomed to yoga. Good. And now you're going to breathe as deeply as you can. You're creating all this nice length in the spine. You're opening up the shoulders. You're strengthening the legs. So we want to make a point of really reaching the heels back and down here and moving the tailbone towards the pubic bone just as you did when you learned cobra position. And I'm just going to give her a little adjustment here so that you can see where you want your body to go. So I'm pushing in and back. So we see the spine lengthen here. Nice deep breaths, and you're getting lots of nice oxygenated blood to your brain, which is always useful when you need to study. Beautiful. Hold this as long as you like, and then we'll come into standing forward bend. So we're going to just walk the feet forward between the hands. Good. You can take a lot of little steps or only a couple of big steps the way she did. Now, once you're in your forward bend, remember it's your forward bend. It's whatever works for you. So you might have your feet completely together, touching each other. You might have them a little bit apart. You might have them a lot apart. If you are comfortable having the knees straight, as she has hers mostly straight, you can straighten them all the way, or you can have them softly bent if you like. Now, we're going to try to bring the weight a little bit more forward so the sit bones come over the heels. Now, she's going to feel like she's falling on her head, so I'm going to step around here so that it gives you some support. If you're doing this at home, you could do it near a wall so that way you're not going to feel like you're going to fall on your head. You have something to catch you there. And then you just let the arms relax and you let the neck relax and just hang. So what happens here is we begin to release all the tension that gets built up here in the neck and the shoulders, because the weight of your head's like a bowling ball just hanging down there and releasing the tension, releasing the stress. So this posture actually does help to calm and soothe your nervous system. So just before a big test or just before some big project is due, this is a good posture to do so that it just calms you down a little bit, gets the blood to your brain, and releases all that tension, starts to release the tension in the back. And also, because you're stretching your hamstrings, that's going to help release tension in your low back as well. So just hold this as long as you like, breathing as deeply as you can. And then when you're ready, you're just going to softly bend the knees and round up your spine, slowly, slowly. All right, so we're going to come into tree pose as our next posture. Tree pose is also called Vrksasana in Sanskrit, and it's an excellent posture because it helps us to develop focus and one-pointedness. So it helps you to see your way through a tough semester. All right, so we're going to pick up your left foot, and we're going to place that foot inside the thigh if you can, as high up on the thigh as you can, with the toes looking down, the knees out as much as you can. Paying attention to keeping hips facing straight forward. So we're trying to make sure that we don't let one hip go out to the side. And then you're just going to bring your hands together right at your heart center in prayer pose. Good. Yes. And if you fall, you just come back into it. You can also take your foot lower down on your leg. So we started high. You could take it lower anywhere on the leg except at the knee. So below the knee, inside the shin is good, or you can even put your heel inside your ankle with the ball of your foot resting on the floor. If you can show us that one, that's fantastic. Either way is totally fine. The eyes are going to be focused on a point on the floor, something about 5 or 6 feet in front of you that will not move. And then you're just going to breathe as deeply as you can and keep your gaze steady. So it's not as important if you fall over or you don't. It's more important that you keep your gaze steady and your breath steady. And that will help you find your center, find your balance, both in the posture and in life. And whenever you're ready, release and make sure you do the other side. So now we're going to separate the feet nice and wide. And we're going to come into Warrior Two. So stretching your arms out to shoulder height. Good. Separate your feet so that your ankles are underneath your wrists. So feet nice and wide. If I tied a string to your wrist and dropped it down, it should hit your ankle. Boop. So even further. It's going to be a little tricky if you're on a surface like this, it's carpet, because the feet want to slide a little bit. Now just rest your hands on your hips for a moment for me, and we're going to turn your left toes towards the left. Turn your right toes in slightly. Good. Beautiful. Now we're going to drop the tailbone again. So we're always being mindful to keep the lower spine nice and long. And then with both knees completely straight. Good. We're going to line this heel up with the inside of the arch of the other foot. Yes? Good. Now making this knee nice and straight. As you inhale, lift your arms up to shoulder height. Then as you exhale, we're going to bend the left knee, taking care not to let the knee pass the ankle. So we need a little more space between our feet here because the knee was passing the ankle. So that's our indicator that the feet were not far enough apart. Yes, good. Beautiful. Now turn your foot nice and straight. And I'm going to hold her because she is on carpet. So I'm going to make sure she doesn't slide. And we're going to push the knee straight over the center of the foot. You want to make sure the knee is not going inward towards the arch, but straight towards the center. So almost as if you're pushing it towards the baby toe. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and we're going to keep the body straight up and down. Yes, very nice. And breathing deep breaths here. Hold as long as you feel comfortable, strengthening the legs and grounding yourself. When you're ready, on an inhale, straighten the bent knee, and exhale, rest your hands on your hips, turn your left foot parallel to the right one, and prepare to do the other side. Beautiful. We're going to do now Trikonasana, or triangle pose. So we're going to stay with the left foot turned left and the right foot turned in a little bit. So the setup is the same as when you learned Warrior Two pose that we just did. The setup is the same for the feet and legs. So the left heel is going to be in line with the center of the right arch. The hips and chest are straight to the side. Both knees are going to be totally straight in this. We're not going to bend any knees at all. And you're going to inhale, take your arms up to shoulder height. Now as you exhale, I want you to reach your left fingers to the left as far as you can. Reach out, see if you can touch my hand. That's it. See if you can touch the wall on the other side of the room from you. Beautiful. The left hip is going to cut under, and now the left hand is going to drop down to the shin, and the right hand is going to come up. So if you're very flexible, you can drop the foot all the way down to the ankle. But if not, you can bring it higher up on your leg. As long as it's under the knee, anywhere there is fine. Yes, good. So from here, you're going to pay attention to moving your right hip back and your right shoulder back. That's it. And softening the front of the rib cage towards the back of the body. Beautiful. So Trikonasana is a great posture to align your spine, strengthen your legs, and create flexibility in the body. So nice deep breaths here. Allowing the rib cage that's on top to soften down away from the ceiling. Good. So the spine is nice and long. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up on the inhale, back to your starting position, hands on your hips, and prepare to do the other side. Very nice. So the next posture we'll do is legs up the wall. So you're going to lie on your back. And if you're at home and you have a wall, you can scoot right up to the wall, and you're going to put your legs up on the wall. I'm going to be your wall today. So you want, if you can, if you have the flexibility, you're going to slide all the way up so that your buttocks are right against the wall and your legs are resting on the wall. If you don't have that much flexibility, if you're a little tight in your back of your thighs and your hamstrings, then you can scoot yourself a little more away from the wall so you're a little bit more in this position, because we don't really want this to be a lot of work on the hamstrings. We want this to be a totally relaxed position. So because she has a flexibility, we're going to take her legs straight up at a 90-degree angle. And because I'm here and I can, I'm going to just lean on her feet just a little bit. So I give her a little bit more stretch just because I know that she can handle that stretch. But at home, just lying with your back flat and your legs up is so beneficial. This is a way to completely reset your body. It allows your spine to relax completely. It's excellent for the circulation in the feet and legs, and it just brings your whole body, your whole mind back to a neutral, calm state. So while you're here, try to pay attention, make sure that you've got your spine straight. Sometimes we tend to be a little to one side or the other. So try to make sure you're as straight as you can, and then just breathe and rest here for as long as you like. So our final posture is going to be Shavasana. If you were at a wall, you're just going to roll away from the wall so that you can lie flat. And since we are not at a wall, we're just going to lie. So for Shavasana, you're going to lie flat on your back. You're going to bring your feet at least hips width apart. Even a little further apart than that is fine. Yes, good. And you'll allow your toes to just flop out to the sides. You're going to bring the hands down beside the body, allow the palms to roll upward. And then just take a moment to turn your head very slowly from one side to the other. The slower you move the head, the deeper the relaxation you're going to get in your neck and in your mind, as well as in the rest of your body. So take your time, as long as you need, to really completely relax your neck. And once your neck is completely relaxed, then you're just going to return your head back to center where it's completely comfortable. Now we're going to inhale through the nose. We're going to exhale out softly through the mouth, whispering the sound "hua," like what without a T. So it sounds like this. Take that breath as many times as you need until you feel that your jaw is so relaxed that you couldn't possibly close your mouth even if you wanted to. Once you have that feeling, then just let go of the conscious breathing. Allow the breath to come whenever it needs to come. It will come as it needs to. And then shift your awareness down into your lower body. Relax your feet and your legs. Relax your hips and your buttocks. Relax your low back, your mid back, and your upper back. Relax your belly, your ribs, your chest. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Relax your neck in the front, on the sides, and in the back. And soften your face, your chin, your cheeks, your lips, your nose, your eyes, your brow. Relax your ears. Relax your scalp. Let go of your mind, releasing all of your thoughts. If a thought comes to you, thank it for being there, but don't become attached to it. Just let it go. Relax. 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 Namaste.